There's
Awesome.
from what you guys can do, keep doing it, keep finding people, keep improving their lives because you've changed mine completely.
Well, Adam, thank you so much for hopping on the call today. I'm really excited and looking forward to this conversation. So, tell us a little bit who you are, where you're located, and why we're on the call today.
Yeah, my name's Adam Biwer. I'm a dental partner here at the Village Dental Center here in Sun City West in Arizona. I came to Arizona kind of on a whim. Didn't think this was going to be where I ended up. Came to school here, um, fell in love with Midwestern. Fortunately enough, Air Force paid for some of my schooling, so went with them for the past 6 years. And when I was separating up with them, by some weird bit of luck, I stumbled upon Dental Partner Pros through some connections that I didn't know were even there, and got introduced to you all and started going through your process, which is what it was, which is what it was. Trusting the process is kind of what I was told from the beginning, because there's a lot of, I want to say vetting, because that seems like you're under a microscope, but a lot of making sure that the fit is going to be the right fit, both for myself and the clinic that the prospective clinic that I was going to be joining, hopefully. And happy to
Yeah.
say, we went through the process. It was a great experience every bit of the way. It was both reassuring and kind of comforting, knowing that I wasn't going to step into a practice that couldn't support me. I've had many friends who have done that, and they show up and they're just twiddling their thumbs all day, and not getting the work that they're able to do. So, once I got my boots on the ground here, it was, my eyes opened, and it was everything that you guys, coded it to be. And it's been a fabulous experience so far. So,
Awesome. Great. Well, thank you for sharing. Yeah, you had quite a unique experience getting into kind of private practice. Obviously, went through the Air Force, worked in there. You said 6 years. And then tell me a little bit about that state of, okay, you're getting out. Now it's time to find my next job, opportunity, practice, clinic, whatever. What was your state of mind at that point? Just describe that for me a little bit.
scared, very scared. The military is great, because it's a safety net, in a good way. It takes care of its people, make sure that you're provided for. And I was just getting to a point where I kind of outgrew my shell with the military, and I knew it was time for me to go my separate way. Really appreciative of, I mean, everything they gave me. I wouldn't be 10% of the dentist I am today. I'd be basically nothing if I hadn't gone through that experience, through my residency program that at the time I felt they forced me into. But it was the hands down the best thing I could have done for my career. And then just was able to grow and really figure out my skill sets with them, and very happy I did. And now coming out of that, coming into a practice like I'm in now, I'm able to put those skills to use and help even more people. It's just it's so much more fulfilling now that I can come out and people appreciate the work, and they're willing to move forward with treatment, and I have confidence and the experience to back it. Um, yeah, I mean, I'm just overcome with joy with how everything's gone so far.
Yeah, I love it. Yeah, so you were definitely, I mean, getting out, finding your next practice is an intimidating process, feeling
Hmm.
nervous, feeling scared. we find you through one of our connections. They make an introduction, and then we get on a call. We say, hey, we really think you'd be fantastic for this practice in Phoenix area, but it's a process. It's
Definitely
gonna
is a process.
we're gonna have yeah we're gonna work you through it, make sure that you're the right fit, you're the right fit for the practice is the right fit for you. And I know you already kind of mentioned on this, but just explain to me what was going on in your mind while we were going through that process, because we, crazy or not, we get a lot, sometimes we get some backlash for the amount of, I don't want to say hoops to jump through, but steps we go through with each associate to make sure that that's a right fit match. And so just tell me what that experience was like for you, um, just going through it.
I mean, I think at the end of it, well, I'll back up a little bit. So while I was working with you, you can't put all your eggs in one basket. So I was on my own, going through job sites, going through just walking into clinics, kind of cold calling them, if you will, to see if they want an associate. Clinics I would research and like, hey, I could see myself there. Um, but a lot of the ones I went to, it was there's some very good ones, but a majority of them, I don't know how patients walk back in the door once they leave. It was
Mm,
coming from the structure and the very high quality work we were able to do in the military, in the Air Force, to seeing some of how these other clinics operate. I was kind of defeated, and I
mm,
thought maybe this is just what private practice is. Um, it wasn't until I got with you that I was able to see, you know, someone is kind of looking out for me, and they're going to. So each one of those steps was almost reassurance that, hey, this is the right course. I'm not going to walk into one of those clinics where people don't come back into the door. Um,
mm.
People are, I wouldn't say fighting to get here, not literally, but people are drawn here and they want to get seen here, and they value the quality and the kind of the homegrown feeling that we're able to provide here. And it just seems like the the fit and the teamwork and the relationship that I have with the owner doc here has been, we just kind of kicked it off right away. So there's a very big fit and personality type, and you can't tease out personality type and right fits in one or two meetings. It's you got to go through the process, because there's, you try to uncover red flags both if I have them or if the owner doc has them, and see if those personalities are going to mesh. Which, I mean, I'm actually excited to come to work. Uh, it's not work. It's such a cliche. It's the team here is phenomenal, and like I've said this before. I almost feel guilty that I have this opportunity, because like why is it me that somehow won out, or got this opportunity to show up every day. So um, it's taken away the doubt. It took away the doubt early on, and
Mm.
gave me something to really try for, and desire to make it to the end.
Yeah, I love it. That's an awesome story. Thank you for sharing, because uh, we at Dentist Partner Pros, one of our core values is to always strive for win-win. And part
Yeah,
of that comes from we play kind of an interesting role of being both the gatekeepers for the practice to make sure we find the right fit, but also the gatekeepers for the associate.
most definitely.
And
Yep.
we have to play both sides, both roles, because we try to be really clear about what's the type of practice, who are they looking for. Not ambitiously, we want to paint a very realistic picture. And
Yeah.
so, for example, like you were saying, we can't hope that personalities are going to change or whatever. We're just going to take of, okay, here's what it's really like, and we're going to just try to form the best match we can
Yep.
to hopefully set up the relationship to last for as long as they want it to last. And so it's fun to see you on this side of things,
Yeah.
because now you're in, maybe your dream practice, you're doing amazing work with incredible patients and an incredible team. So just this, you've already said it's, you love it, you're so happy with where you are, all those things. What would you recommend for an associate out in the marketplace? Let's say they're trying to find their next opportunity, just like you were.
Yep.
What advice would you give them?
Reach out and trust the process. Uh, it's it's a lot easier going through it when you have a team working with you, like Dental Partner Pros has. Um, Questions there, you all were an open book for me, so any questions that I had, I could bring to the table and not feel like it's going to be slighted against me from like the other side, the owner doc side. It was a very neutral, unbiased ground that I could have a conversation with and not feel like, hey, I'm going to say the wrong thing, or I'm going to slip up and maybe give a bad perspective of this or that. Um, it's just again reassuring, knowing that you have someone in your corner, and say you did bring those concerns up that didn't mesh well with whatever that owner doc's perspective was. I mean, that's the whole part of it, is trying to find the right practice. So getting those things out of the way early and being able to focus in and hone a practice that is going to fit for you. Um, it was almost made it easy, really.
Yeah, awesome. Well, thank you so much. Is
Yeah.
there anything that I can be doing or we can be doing to support you more?
I haven't, I didn't get into that. The fact that you guys continue with the the practice and the new doc, not only once they get brought into the practice, but continuing to making sure the relationship and the team building is there after the contract is signed. um, Even speaks, I think, louder volumes than the first portion of it. Because if there are kinks, those get ironed out. If there's hurdles to step over, um, it's almost, as you guys call it, kind of like the marriage counseling sit down that we had, just to really review anything that's, anyway, things that are working, things that aren't working, things that are annoying, things that are exceed your expectations, like where are we at. And just the follow-up after the signed contract is, again, knowing someone's in your corner from kind of an unbiased position. It's really comforting and really reassuring that, hey, this is, we're really making this work for long haul, instead of we'll flop you into a clinic for a year and then come back and we'll find another one. It's, you're not playing in and out. So I think that's it's huge, um, to the point where I've even noticed my family life has changed. I used to go home at the end of the day and just be so burnt out with doing all these miscellaneous tasks, and now I'm in clinic, I'm doing great work, uh, and I get to go home at the end of the day and still be a good husband and a dad to my daughters, and interact with them instead of just needing to check out for an hour. And at the end of the day, you come home at 5:36, you check out for an hour, you eat dinner, kids go to bed. So it's capitalizing on those small windows of time that you have with your family outside your job and making the most of it. And I felt like I've been able to get that back. It's been 6 years since I've been able to do that. So it, every way you look at it, from any perspective, it's been great. So there's,
Awesome.
from what you guys can do, keep doing it, keep finding people, keep improving their lives, because you've changed mine completely.
Awesome. Well, that's amazing. Thank
Yeah.
you. Thank you.
Yeah.
That's why we do what we do. I mean, honestly, that's why we do what we do. We see what happens when we find the right fit, and it's just like magic.
Yeah.
everyone wins. It's a win for everyone involved, the team, you, doctor, owner, the practice, us, like it's just a win all around. And so this is where it's rewarding
Yeah.
when we get to see the kind of lack of a better term, like the fruits of the labor that we've all
Dude,
gone
that's
through
what
and
it is.
experiences.
Yeah.
Yeah. So awesome, man. Well, thank you. Thank you so
Of
much. We
course.
really appreciate it.
I should be thanking you.
Yeah.
You guys did fantastic. I still go home just being like, kind of got to pinch myself. Being like, hey, this okay. This is it. You know, everything you've worked for has gotten to you to this point. Um, but no matter how hard you work, you still need some people to help you out and get you to that next place. And you were there for me for it. And it's like I said, it's like I almost feel guilty that I had this opportunity. It's so good. So
You shouldn't. You deserve it. You definitely
yeah,
deserve it. So, um, well, awesome, man. If you have any former friends, colleagues, Air Force buddies, whoever,
for sure.
um, please send them our way. Getting we're always trying to find new ways to get in front of doctors who are just like you,
Hmm.
especially coming out of the military. That's just a it's a it's like Fort Knox, man. We can't find a way to just like get in
Yeah,
consistently and
yeah,
find connections of people that are getting out. So if you have any suggestions or recommendations or people we should talk to, we're all ears. We'd love to know who we should be reaching out to.
yeah. I'll think on that. There might be an open or at least a crack in a door where I'm trying to think with is probably going to be something with the health profession scholarship, um, which is the scholarship I got. And I'm just trying to see if there was any connection there as I was separating out and how they can kind of correlate that. But yeah, I'll definitely. I actually have one
Yeah.
buddy who's he's separated shortly before me. He went a different route and he's looking to potentially find a different clinic. So
Okay,
we'll,
cool. Yeah, put them in contact with us. We have
okay,
practices all over the country we're looking to place with. So
okay,
hopefully, maybe he's a good fit for one of those.
of course, I'll do it.
Okay.
I'll give him your contact info.
Yeah, man. Thanks, Adam.
All
Hey,
right.
have a great fall, and hopefully it cools down for you quickly.
Yeah, we're hoping and praying. So
Well, Dr. Biwer, we really appreciate it. Thank you so much for your time, and hopefully someone that gets to watch this finds it helpful and finds it yeah, worth watching. So thanks again for your time,
yeah,
and best of luck moving forward.
my pleasure. Thank you so much.